Cost accounting system. In this chapter, you will learn about the terminology of cost unit, cost center, profit center, and investment center. Next, we will also discuss about related source document for material, labor, and overhead. Next is to discuss the method of recording, processing, and storing information for material, labor, and overhead. And last is to discuss about analysis and dissemination of information in new business environment. What is cost accounting system? This is a system used to gather information, to store it, and to analyze costs. The characteristic of good cost accounting information are understandable, relevant, complete, available, accurate, concise, timely, and cost-effective. Now let us look at the definition for cost unit, cost center, profit center, and investment center. First one is cost unit. What is cost unit? It is quantitative unit of product or service in relation to which cost can be ascertained. For example, the cost unit for building is square foot of area. The cost unit for chemical is ton, pound, or kilogram. The cost unit for cement is ton or kilogram. The cost unit for automobile is number or unit. The cost unit for textile is in meter or yard. The cost unit for paper is in ream. And the cost unit for either sugar or flour is ton or kilogram. And now let us look at some example for cost unit of services like hospital. The cost unit for hospital is per bed occupied or outpatient visit or consultation hours. The cost unit for hotel is a room per day. The cost unit for canteen is meal served or cup of tea sold. The cost unit for educational institution is number of full-time students. The cost unit of power supply is horsepower or kilowatt hour. And the cost unit for water supply is per gallon. And the cost unit for passenger transport is passenger per kilometer. Next is the term of cost center. What cost center mean? It is referred to the division of business such as department or zone to ascertain and control costs. Cost center is also a subunit that has responsibility for controlling costs but does not have responsibility for generating revenue. Example of cost center are maintenance department, janitorial services, and assembly department. Now let us look at the term profit center. Profit center is a subunit that has responsibility for generating revenue and controlling costs. For electronic company, profit center may consist of copier division or camera division. Both divisions are responsible for generating sales revenue and controlling costs. Next is investment center. Investment center is a subunit responsible for generating revenue, controlling costs, and investing in assets. Investment center managers involved in determining the level of inventory, the level of account receivable, the investment in equipment, and other assets. These managers are responsible for earning a return from this investment. Now, let us discuss about the related source document for material. Some of the source documents related to material are as follows. The first one is material requisition note used to request for material to be used in production. Next is purchase requisition note. Purchase requisition note is used to request for the purchase to be made for stock of raw material replenishment. Third is a purchase order used to request the supplier the supply order of material. And four is the invoice that is used to charge and demand payment from account department. Number five is good receipt note used to acknowledge that goods are received and checked against purchase order. And number six is inspection note used to ascertain the quality of material and other specifications. Some of source documents related to labor are as follows. Number one, job sheet or job time card. The function is to aid a worker in performing a task. Number two is a job cost card, is to record the actual cost of a job. Number three is a job ticket, used to give instruction or to record time spent. Number four is a punch card used to record the presence or absence of each employee. And the last one is known as payroll record, used to record number of hour work, average pay rate, and deduction for each employee. Next are source documents related to overhead. The first one is material requisition note used to determine indirect material. Number two is job sheet or time card used to record indirect labor. And number three is a plant register used to calculate the depreciation of plant. Number four is invoice. Is used to record the cost of stationery, rent, and also repair. And the last one is a meter record used to record electricity and water costs. These are methods of recording, processing, and storing information on material. First, let us look at the process of material control cycle, which consists of four steps. One is purchasing the material. Two is a receipt of material. Three is the storage of material. And four is the issue of material. Stock level control consists of four types. One is reorder level. Two is a maximum stock level. Three is a minimum stock level. Four is the average stock level. And for economic order quantity, there are two methods that can be used to find the economic order quantity. One is known as formula method and another one is known as tabulation method. The recording of material can be either in the form of perpetual inventory system or periodic inventory system. Periodic inventory system is a system to ascertain the quantity and value of inventory on hand at the end of accounting period. Whereas perpetual inventory system is a system to ascertain the purchase, the issuance, and also the inventory balance continuously. The valuation of inventory is also available at any time if the record of inventory is using perpetual inventory system. every time the store ledger card will be kept up to date. So there are two methods to value stock known as FIFO and weighted average. For stock taking, this is the process of counting the physical stock on hand and comparing the balance with the recorded amount. There are two types of stock taking known as continuous stock taking and periodic stock taking. Continuous stock taking means the counting of the physical stock will be made continuously or regularly, whereas the periodic stock taking refer to the counting of the physical stock on hand at the end of accounting period. Next is a method of recording, processing, and storing information related to the labor. There are two methods of recording. One is known as timekeeping, that is concerned with the attendance and also calculation of wages. And number two is known as time booking, that is concerned with the time spent on job. The total wages for labor consists of three components. The first one is a basic salary, second is the OT payment, and third component is a bonus. So you total up basic salary with the OT payment, and then add with the bonus, you will get the total wages for the labor. And there are two types of remuneration. One is based on time, that is consists of basic scheme and high day rate scheme. And number two is output based, which consists of straight piece rate, differential piece rate, and piece rate with guaranteed minimum wage. Next, let us discuss about the method of recording, processing, and storing information on overhead. So there are four processes to record the overhead. One is allocation. Number two is apportionment. Number three is reapportionment. And number four is absorption. So what is allocation? It refers to the overhead that can be directly allocated if the exact amount is known. Number two is apportionment. It refers to the overhead that is being apportioned to every cost center using the appropriate basis. And process number three is reapportionment. Okay, reapportionment refers to the overhead cost in a service cost center that will be reapportioned to a production cost center by using repeated distribution method. And for absorption, we can use this method such as departmental overhead absorption rate, single rate, or plan-wide or blanket rate. Overhead can be either over-absorbed or under-absorbed. Overhead over-absorbed means the amount allocated to a product is higher than actual amount of overhead incurred, whereas overhead under-absorbed refer to the amount allocated lower than the actual amount of overhead incurred. Next is the analysis and dissemination information. Management accounting report should follow principles of conciseness, structure, style, presentation, and graphical. Management accounting report can help top manager to monitor the progress of operation and also to assess the performance. And the management accounting report should be prepared frequently throughout the period. The analysis and dissemination of information come from several sources. One is from internal sources and another one is external sources. Sales ledger system and sales or marketing report are example of information that can be gathered from sales department. Other than sales department, the information also can be gathered from purchase department and production department. The other type of sources of information consists of supplier, newspaper and journal, government, and also customer. So these are some examples for external sources of information. So that's all for cost accounting system. Thank you.